He's been voted best in the Burg for 4 years in a row. This video is going to show you why you need to work with mchurch. So stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Allied HomeQuest Complete Connection with the Community in Real Estate. I'm Mary Camuso, Realtor with eXp Realty, and I'm pretty excited because today we're going to be here with one of my favorite lenders, mchurch.
Yay!
mchurch has been in the Fredericksburg area servicing clients for over 35 years of customer service experience with 19 years in the mortgage industry, which has given him a wealth of knowledge and experience. Mac has serviced over 4,400 families. Woohoo!
Yay! It's a lot.
That's a whole lot. He has been voted best in the Burg for 4 years in a row, which does not surprise me as he is recognized by both clients and referral partners for being professional, personable, and hardworking. If you don't know Mac already, now is your time to become acquainted with an amazing person.
Oh, thank you, Mary.
Welcome, Mac. Thanks for being here today.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, the pleasure's all mine. So let's chat about Fredericksburg. What's something you enjoy about the area?
I love the close-knit community of Fredericksburg. It's not too small, but it's not too big. It's just it's a great place to be. Kind of a melting pot here. You know, we get a lot of people from all over the area, different states, and it's just a very welcoming area to be in, and it has everything you want, and it's actually a destination stop too, which I didn't realize when I moved here. It's a real community area, and I love it here.
I love it too. It is really great, and it is a destination for a lot of historians because of all the culture and history here.
Definitely. There's so much history here, some good, some bad. But that's another thing. I didn't realize the historical importance of Fredericksburg and the surrounding areas here too. So like I didn't know George Washington grew up, right across the river, which is really neat to know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool place to be and to see all those things.
Yeah.
So let's dig into you a little bit.
Oh no.
What drives you to do what you do? What motivates you?
I've always loved helping people, and this job is the perfect outlet for me. Because that's what it is. It's helping people make their dreams come true by buying a home. It's helping people with even their finances, helping them start a new life. Really, when you buy a house, that's what you're doing. You're starting a new life. Everything changes, and I love bringing people together. And just like with working with you. I love all the people I get to meet, and it's always interesting. It's never the same. There's been lots of ups, lots of downs. There's been roller coaster rides through all the different market changes. But that's one of the beautiful things about it is it's an ever-changing job, and so it's fun to be able to get into the new things and when new products come out and different ways to help people. It's definitely not a boring job, and it's also not a job that you clock watch because the day goes way too fast and there's never enough time.
Yeah.
But I think it's just serving people and helping. That's the thing that I really love about it.
Very cool. Awesome. I can see that it shows in your work.
Thank you.
Yeah. So can you tell us something that maybe not everybody knows about you?
Oh, I can tell you many things that people don't know about me. Which one should I choose? That's the question. One thing that people don't know about me is that I moved to Los Angeles when I was 22 years old. I went out there by myself, packed up my car, and I moved out there to try and be an actor. So a lot of people don't know that about me. But yeah, I moved out there and I was there for about 9 years. I'm here now, so obviously it didn't pan out, right? But yeah, that's something people don't know about me.
I bet it was quite the experience, though, moving across the country by yourself. And 9 years, you made it pretty long.
Yeah. And I came back to Virginia for a job, actually. So, but yeah, it was a great experience to be there in my 20s and learned a lot about life, learned about struggling, learned how to overcome a lot of adversity. And, all those experiences has helped make me who I am today. And it's also helped me in the job that I'm in now.
Very cool. Awesome. I know this isn't about me, but I never knew that we actually share that trait. I packed up my car and drove out to California also.
Oh, wow. See? Didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
I
That's
wasn't trying to,
awesome.
I'm not as cool as you trying to go to the southern part. I went to Northern California,
Right.
but yeah,
Wow. See?
we have more in
I knew I
common.
liked you.
So, what made you choose the mortgage industry as your career path?
I actually kind of got into this by accident. Before coming into the mortgage business, I did a lot of retail and restaurant, and I was actually working as an area manager for a franchisee for Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins.
Very cool.
And my location area was up in DC and Maryland, so I was constantly driving around, and it was just kind of wearing on me. And one of my best friends from high school was in the mortgage business, and I had told him, about just how the job was going, and he said, "Man, Mac, you would be a great loan officer. You should think about getting in this business." And I really didn't know anything about it. Even though I had bought a home, I didn't really know anything what they actually did. So I kind of explored that and then decided to make the leap, and that's actually how I got into the business.
Oh, very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And you're with Atlantic Coast now. How long have you been with
Right.
Atlantic Coast Mortgage?
I have been with Atlantic Coast. I'm in my 7th year now.
Very cool.
And like you said earlier, I'm in my 19th year total in the business.
Awesome.
Yeah. To be a lender, you kind of have to be a personality chameleon, number one. So you have so many different types of clients, referral partners, different personalities, different professions, different skill levels, kind of everything. You really have to be able to absorb who you're talking with, who you're working with, and kind of fit yourself into that that persona. Sometimes I feel like I'm a father. Sometimes I feel like I'm a husband. Sometimes I feel like I'm a kid. It depends on who you're working with.
Yeah.
But the best, of course, is when I feel like I'm an educator, advising, teaching, coaching. As a lender, I'm not just doing loans. I'm out there actually trying to add value to people's lives. So I have a slogan that says, once your loan is done, then begins the fun. As a lender, it's really about working with different people and how to communicate with different people.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
And to explore a little bit into the process from the start of the loan process to when the fun begins, what would you say that kind of looks like?
So
A lot of paperwork.
yeah, it's a lot of paperwork. Thank God we have technology now. I remember when I first started in the business, everything was hand. You had to do everything by hand. Technology has definitely helped out, even from the application process. I'd say 50% of the clients start with doing an online application on their phone. But the process looks like getting a person, preferably early, before they've even started looking at homes, getting them pre-qualified and pre-approved, which means the collection of all their documents. Once we get that in, then we can establish what they're qualified for, what loan program works best for them, and then once they have all that established, then that's when they can go shopping to look for homes. And preferably we do that first, because if they're going out and looking for homes, if you're taking clients around and they haven't been pre-approved yet, then it's kind of hard to know what they really can do. I know you don't do that. But there are some people that kind of do the reverse step. So getting the pre-approval part and the documentation together is the most important thing. And so that's really where the process starts. And then from there, it's just all about communication, collecting documents, educating people, making sure that they're following the plan, because there is a plan during the mortgage process of getting documentation when it's needed, not purchasing things, not quitting your job. There's all that involved in
No buying
the
cars.
process. No buying cars, all kinds of stuff. So, and then during the process they get their approval, and then we get their final clear to close, which is the magic words that they want to
Clear to
hear.
close.
Yay! And that's kind of like the start to end.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
A lot more goes in it behind the scenes that we're
Oh
not
my gosh,
seeing.
there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, little things can happen or come up, and then it's kind of find the bucket of water to put the fire out. So, but yeah, there's a lot that goes on, and it doesn't matter if you're the quote unquote perfect buyer or someone with lesser credit. It's still, it's still a process. So I never go out there and say, hey, a loan's so easy. I mean, it's not. It's actually, it is a
Very
process.
complex.
Yeah, it's very complex, and and you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, so it's not meant to be easy.
Right. Very cool. Well, thank you for explaining that.
Yeah.
Can you maybe share something with us that most people don't know about the loan industry?
Sure. Loan officers like me are 100% commission. We don't get a salary. So a lot of people actually don't know that. They think that that we get a salary. Maybe we get like a bonus or something like that. But I'm just like you as a real estate agent. I am 100% commission. I think if everybody knew that, somebody like me wouldn't maybe possibly lose a client to shopping, during the process, or after you've put a ton of work in, or switching lenders. That happens sometimes.
Right,
So
because you don't even get paid your commission. It's not like you get paid as you
correct,
go. You're
right?
not getting that
Yeah, until
payment for your services all the time that you're investing in the client. You're investing in them because you want to see them succeed, and then you get rewarded for that investment at the
exactly.
closing table.
Exactly. Yeah, and until those documents are signed, then there's no money. So that's one thing that people don't realize about about loan officers and in the lending business. Now there are some companies that do pay salaries, but that's going to be mostly your online lenders, and then some of the banks that are maybe affiliated with military or things like that. They
Okay.
do. They're kind of more of a call center. Um, and those individuals may get paid a salary, and then maybe a small bonus or whatever. But your traditional lenders out there like myself, we're doing it to have a great living, but we don't get that great living if the loans aren't closing. So
Got to get it to the closing table.
that's right.
Clear to close.
That's right.
So, do you mind sharing with us what some of your goals are over the next year?
Personally, my goals are to get my house that I'm building finished and moved in.
Do you have a date set for that?
I have a date. It's supposed to be the end of April, so we'll see. Um, and Professionally, I would like to add another member to my team. I do have a team. I have an assistant and a production manager, and I'd like to add another either loan officer or loan officer assistant to my team, because that just makes us stronger. It makes us it allows us to help more people. And number wise, my goal this year is to serve 150 families.
Awesome.
Um, just based on the current market, that's a low number for me. But if I can hit that, then I'll know I've made a real difference this year.
150 families, that seems like a pretty good goal for you.
Yeah, it is. And in addition to that, I really want to. My goal is to really become more of a resource for my clients and my agents. Like I said, I just don't do loans. I'm trying to help my clients realize how to build uh, wealth through real estate, and by being able to use their equity to accomplish that. I'm also trying to help my clients realize that they need a strong group of financial people in their lives to help them. And so I've been reaching out to my clients to see if they have an accountant, that if they have a financial advisor, if they have a realtor, an insurance agent, a lender. Of course, they have me, so I'm the lender, but different people that can actually help them with their lives. And then with agents, it's the educating them and making sure that they're strong as they can be with knowledge. And because I'm interested in my referral partner's success as well. I mean, I get a real charge out of that when I see somebody um, that I know that I'm helping with their clients, and it's making their business stronger, and they're learning and they're growing, and that's it's a huge charge for me. I love that, which is also part of why I do what I do.
Well, I know that I appreciate your support and your help and your guidance all along the way. So you're a good partner to have in
Thank you.
business.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Lastly, I wanted to touch on your philanthropy endeavors. You have been voted Best in the Burg in this category as well. Can you name some of the organizations that you have helped bless?
Yes, I do a golf tournament every year for the Ask Foundation, which is an organization that helps families that have children with pediatric cancer. And it's very important to me. Kids are my soft spot. And so we put together a golf tournament every year. And this year will be our 11th year. We raised over $350,000, which is pretty amazing,
That's awesome.
especially in a small community like this. So
Is that in the fall every year?
yeah, it's in the fall every year in September. It's always the third Friday in September. And in addition to that, I'm a supporter of Downtown Greens, which is the last parcel in Fredericksburg, a parcel of land that's privately owned. And on that, there's trails, there's learning things for kids. There's they can camp out. There's just natural the food that is that supports the Fredericksburg Co-op is grown there. So it's really cool to know that I'm involved with that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and a lot of people in Fredericksburg don't really know that much about it, um,
Aren't
but it
they
was great to.
also the folks that have put up the pantry that's right
Yes,
there also where you could stock the fridge or
correct.
cabinets for our neighbors in need?
Yes, yeah. It's really cool how people can just go there and take what they need. So also, I support a lot of the local youth sports. So every year a sponsor of a couple teams for the Spotsylvania Youth Little League.
But
Some
you
of the
took
travel
your
teams.
guys to
Yes, I
the
did.
Fred
Yeah.
Nats and
Yep.
they
I
got
took
to
their.
change the number boards, didn't
Yep.
they?
Yeah. I
That's
took
so
the
cool.
team last year and they got to do the scoreboard, which was really, really cool. They love that.
I bet.
And I'm a big supporter of Empower House, which is a center for domestic violence abuse. Very important charity in our town. And I also support the Thurman Brisbane Homeless Center, which every year we get together and we go out there and cook the best meal possible for the residents, something that they don't get very much of. And in fact, one year we did shrimp. So, so we always put together a great Christmas meal for them. And then there's just various other, charities that I'll get involved in. But the biggest one is Ask and Thurman Brisbane and Empower House are the three big ones. Oh, sorry, mental health awareness of Fredericksburg. That's the other big one that I help out with. And every year they have a walk that I participate in, and it's just another. We know about mental health, right? That it's a big problem right now in our country. So being able to support that, which has some feed out to the suicide prevention. It's another really good organization to support in our area.
Very cool. When is that walk every year?
The walk is it's usually in May, so I'll make sure I'll get that information to you when they contact me. They contact me every year for a sponsorship, of course, which I oblige, and I'll let you know. Oh yeah, that's right. And I'm also a business partner in education for the Spotsylvania County school system. So I do
Okay,
a lot of support with them. The teachers do different drives for them, sponsor different events, and I've done some seminars for graduating seniors on business. So it's a lot of fun to be involved with them as well.
very cool. I can think of like a couple that I think that you sent me over the year too, just to help like this or that, and it's no wonder that you got Best in the Burg for that category because you're very community oriented and you have a big heart. So we really appreciate
Well,
your
thank you.
contributions to our
Thank you.
community.
It's important to give back, and I haven't always been in the position where I could do that. So I always feel like if you're in that position financially, it's something that you really should have an obligation to be part of the community and to give back. I'm just glad I can do it.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for being you, Mac.
Thank you.
So we hear you to say that you're looking for somebody to maybe fill a role on your team. Is there anything else that you maybe wanted to bring to our attention today?
Just be on the lookout for events that I do. I do community events. In fact, I always have a Fred Nats event that I invite everybody out to that wants to come, and then I do some client appreciation events, one for adults and one for adults that have kids,
Very cool.
and at Funland. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and that's probably it. Also, I guess one thing to be on the lookout for is there are some amazing new programs coming out for first-time home buyers or heroes. And a hero is considered a school teacher, nurse, police, firefighter, the civil servants. And there's a grant that is going to get $15,000, non-repayable. So that's pretty amazing and exciting. That's going to help a lot of people out.
Awesome. Can't
Yeah.
wait to get some of those programs
Yeah.
to our teachers
Yes.
and all of our civil servants.
Yeah. I mean, everybody deserves it, but they really deserve it. So
Yeah, they go above and beyond for the community, and they're often overlooked and underthinked.
exactly.
So we appreciate you guys. Contact Mac.
Yeah, please reach out if you need anything, or if you're even thinking about buying. It's always the earlier you can start planning, the better.
Yeah. Sometimes it could take a couple years to get on track to where you need to be.
Yep. Sometimes could take a couple years, sometimes 6 months, or sometimes
You could be
a
ready
week,
now. Yeah.
depending on where you are in your life. But I always say the earlier the better.
Awesome. Well, I think we could go on forever here.
We could.
But I think the best thing to do is if you have any questions for Mac, if you need a lender or you have a referral for him, you could contact him. I'll put his contact information in the comments below, or you can contact me and I'd be happy to connect you with him. Thanks so much for sitting down with me today and being interviewed, Mac. It's been a pleasure to learn more about you and your business and your team and all that you do for our community.
Well, thank you so much, Mary, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and I love working with you, and looking forward to many more of these.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks again for watching, everyone. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm Mary Camuso, your friend and realtor here in the Fredericksburg area. We have Mac Church with Atlantic Coast Mortgage and the Mac Church team. Whoop, whoop. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.
Bye.